Okay, so it starts off, some sort of trophy of Mario, and it starts coming to life, and everyone's wondering, oh my god, what's going on? This is going to be some crazy Mario game. These graphics are like I've never seen before. And then all of a sudden, Link swings his sword down. It's a second Smash Bros.
So, and when you were having all of your happy little Nintendo thoughts about this crazy new Smash Bros. Thing, I was sitting over here waiting for Phantasy Star Online to come out.
Were you? Because you're like 18.
What?
Were you actually waiting for it then? Because I wasn't waiting for Smash Bros.
You weren't?
No. I was like 4 years old when that video happened.
Yeah, I'm lying. I didn't play it till like 2003. Shit.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I went back and watched that E3 video, and the audience reaction is just incredible.
Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 2, played it?
No, I didn't. Well, I played it actually at a friend's house a couple times. I never owned it. I played Soul Calibur 4.
What was that on?
Like, on the PS... it was on, like, all the consoles, but I had it on PS3 because of Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, because of Yoda.
That stupid thing where you had to buy a character or something?
It had one of them, and I bought the other. Yeah. It was like a Star Wars promotion.
It was like Yoda and Darth Vader or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So when that game...
Soul Calibur 2, though, I loved playing as Link.
Obviously.
Because that was the GameCube exclusive character, which was so much fun.
Yeah, when that came out, I was told that Link was going to talk. Obviously, he didn't. Did anyone else hear that rumor, or was my brother just lying to me?
I don't know. I wasn't like I wasn't paying attention to the internet when that came out. I was like 7 or 8. I don't know.
Exactly the same age I was, I assume.
Yeah.
What about like Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg? You remember that one?
Oh, I loved that game so much.
Sega had a lot of
That's
good
one of the
stuff
things
on
that I really always want to have a sequel, but they just never do. And then I was really disappointed when Billy Hatcher wasn't in the second Sonic racing game. Or
oh, yeah.
The Sega racing game.
Sega All-Stars thing.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was like my main character in the first one.
That's weird. Sega had so many awesome games on the GameCube. Like, I don't know, maybe their software was like hitting its prime when the Dreamcast died as their hardware was being terrible.
Yeah, I feel like it really was.
Yeah, like, I played Phantasy Star Online an obscene amount of time. I had like 500 hours on the GameCube game. Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2 Plus, because they released a Plus version. I don't know why. And... I played this ranger. I shot bullets a lot at my friends, but didn't hit him because it didn't have friendly fire, so that was pointless. I assume you never played Phantasy Star Online ever.
No, I never played. I heard a lot about it, but back then I was like exclusively Nintendo almost. Obviously Zelda. I had some Sega games. I had like a lot of the Sonic stuff, like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I loved that. So I can't even tell you how many times I played. And how many times my memory card got corrupted like 3 different times while I was playing that game.
I hate that.
Yeah.
That happened on Sega games. Why did that happen? I don't know. It was on Phantasy Star Online too. Yeah.
I lost like all my data for, so many games, and I was furious, but so I never ended up beating it, but I played it for so much time.
You tried to go back to play it anytime recently?
Yeah,
it's horrible.
I got it's so bad. It's really shocking because I have all these great memories from playing it like on the GameCube, and like the Chow Garden and City is like even the first level is just so exciting.
Cityscape's the best part of the game.
The music.
Yeah. But you try to play the HD remakes of this game, and it's impossible. Like, you want to love it so badly.
It's so bad. I literally can't even make it through the first level.
You can't turn.
And I'm a better gamer than I used to be.
Yeah.
And somehow I can't do it. Mm-hmm. My 8-9-year-old self, I was perfectly fine at getting, to the giant ghost that screams about bras, but
oh god,
somehow
I forgot about him.
Yeah, he would run around going bra.
And you had to dig him out of the wall.
My sister and I got a kick out of that. But yeah, and then somehow, now I can't even get past the first level. It's so poorly designed.
Yeah, it doesn't it's like controls don't even matter to kids or something. But it's absurd. And same with Sonic
really
Adventure
is.
DX. I used to think that game was good, and now it's just abysmal.
Yeah, which is why I'm really scared of going back to Billy Hatcher, because I
Yeah.
have so many great memories of that game too, that I don't want to find out, because I know it was on the same engine as Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so I don't want to go back to it and find out that it's just so horribly flawed.
At least it's not Star Fox Adventures though. That's the one that like almost aged well. Like people kind of like that
I didn't
more.
play. Yeah, well, the thing is, because when it was released, I mean, it was originally Rareware made it as Dinosaur Planet.
Right.
It was a game like Crystal was the main character, and it was another one of their own IPs, like
Conquer and Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, Conquer, Banjo-Kazooie. But obviously at that point, Dinosaur Planet was an action-adventure sort of kind of game.
It was Ocarina of Time with
it was,
furries.
yeah. But yeah, so that's why people were mad, was because it wasn't Star Fox,
And it's not like it's going down in history as some sort of gem, but it seems like there is a fan base for it now, which is
Oh yeah, totally.
yeah.
But that's now. Unfortunately, I never played the 2 GameCube Star Fox games.
Oh really? You didn't even play
a couple
Assault?
years ago.
That's like one people like.
No. I'm not huge on Star Fox. I really liked Star Fox 64 for a while.
You and everyone else.
And I really liked, and I really liked Star Fox. Was it Command? I think on the DS.
Oh, really?
For a while.
I
Yeah.
never played that. I've heard a lot of hate though.
Because I was only the second Star Fox game I had ever played, and so, and it was, it was a good way to pass the time, so I got into it. But I never got really attached to the Star Fox brand.
Yeah.
I liked some of the gameplay, but I was never one to be like, oh, I need to buy the new Star Fox because it's Star Fox.
Yeah, I feel that way about every Nintendo franchise that isn't Zelda.
Not Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
That's the best thing
dude.
ever.
You've written like 3 articles on why Smash Bros is awesome.
It's so good. Playing the new one, oh my god! Even after E3, I came back. We went to what was it, Target or Walmart or Best Buy, I think it was, and played it with my brothers. It was fantastic. I lost, but it was fantastic. Yeah. What about product number 3?
Product number 3? Is that like the name of a
Yeah.
game? I've never heard of it.
Really?
Really? I have no idea what you're talking
I
about.
suppose that's a cult classic or whatever. I never got to play because my brother lost the stupid disc like right after he beat it, and apparently it's really cool, like clunky or something, but it's like really stylized. It's got suits. The graphics are like fantastic. It's like mysterious, I guess. It just sits on my shelf as an empty case, and I stare upon it.
Hands down, though, my favorite GameCube game, Paper Mario 2.
Oh yeah,
So freaking good. Have you played it?
never. Well, I mean, like briefly for like an
serious?
hour, but it's one everyone
my
tells
God.
me.
Oh yeah, no, you have to go back and play it.
Really?
It's like it's gorgeous, it's hilarious, it's so much fun. They have like it's a sort of. Did you play the original Paper Mario?
No, I did not. I did not.
Did you play any of the others?
Aren't they only bad after that point?
Yeah, I was gonna say good.
I tried like Super Paper Mario for the Wii, but never significantly. Then I heard Sticker Star was just stupid.
Yeah, that was bad.
Lots of yeah.
There were some good things about it, but for the most part, it was just bad. But Paper Mario 2 is just like everything I could ask for in a video game. Not everything, but you know what I mean. It's just so good. Like both, I have a lot of nostalgia for it, obviously, but I went back and played it with like a more critical eye, like a year or two ago, and oh my, like it's actually still just so good. I can't get over it. It's amazing. It's an amazing, amazing game, and I can't believe you haven't played it.
I'm so sorry, Colin.
How could you do this to me?
Well, have you played Tales of Symphonia? Because that's my favorite GameCube game.
No, I haven't. That's
That one's 75
I'm
hours
ashamed
long.
of
It's
that.
okay. It's.
well then I can cross that off of the games that I plan to play soon.
I guess if you're good at it, you can probably make it.
Although if I have Xenoblade Chronicles on
Jesus.
there, I kind of can't.
I hate that game.
Although let's be real, I won't get through 120 hours of gameplay.
You won't get through 5
by the end
hours.
of the
It's so
summer.
boring, and now everyone hates it. Seriously though, Tales of Symphonia, similar thing with you and the thousand
Paper Mario?
thousand doors of years.
The 1,000-year door.
No, 1,000 doors. 1,000
Okay.
ears of corn. It got released on the PS3 really recently, Tales of Symphonia Chronicles or whatever, which is hilariously at a lower frame rate than the GameCube version, apparently. And so, I had a friend who'd never played it before. He was midway through a file, so we just kind of jumped on, played it for like 6 hours or something like that, because it's really good, actually. And it's like, the combat is almost like Super Smash Bros. Meets a turn-based RPG. Like, it's not nearly as twitchy as Smash Bros., but it is real-time, lots of different, like, console commands, up A, down A, all that stuff. It's, like, really not bad. I expected it to be really mediocre, like, really, really, I guess, generically quirky JRPG stuff, but it was actually a lot more touching. Like, the writing's, it's not great, because it's a translation, but there were some legitimately impressive moments. Like, there's this part, right? You get a spell... Oh, never mind. You know what? I can't describe it, and it's a spoiler, so I'm going to quit there.
Okay. Did you play some of, like, Nintendo's more, like, offbeat games? Like, that was their era where they really went, like, really experimental with their franchises. So you get, like, Mario Sunshine and Luigi's Mansion, and... did you play any of, like, those types of games? Like, Wario World? I didn't like Wario World.
As with, like, everything that's famous, I've tried it for, like, an hour, and... never really gotten around to playing it. Like Super Mario Sunshine.
Oh my god.
I tried to do it again. I tried to do it recently. Like I tried to play through Mario Sunshine again. And it seems really cool, but I think it's maybe because I was using a Wavebird. The controls were really laggy, and I couldn't get into it. But, I mean...
I don't really have a lot of trouble... That's actually a great... Nintendo invented wireless controllers.
It did?
Wavebird.
That was the first one?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Well, I think so. It was the first, like, mainstream one anyway.
Yeah, it was awesome.
When they announced it at that E3, everyone was like, oh my god, you can play without a wire? Like, no more... Like, this is revolutionary!
No longer will the secret agents be listening. It's funny, because wire.
Yeah, I got that. But yeah, no, so they had, like... They got really experimental, and a lot of people back then were sort of, you know, criticizing them for... Oh, this isn't Mario, like, why is there this stupid water pump? But, you know, people look back at it now, and Wind Waker, classic example of this. This isn't the Zelda I loved. If you just look at the comments on, like, you know, the articles 10 years ago that were announcing the Wind
Link
Waker,
looks like such a fairy. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
he already
like,
did.
He literally is it.
No, he's not literally, but yeah. He's playing Wind Waker earlier today. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but, like, and then now people go back, they look at games like Luigi's Mansion, Wind Waker, Sunshine, Mario Kart Double Dash. They look at those as, like, some of the best games Nintendo's ever made.
Like, Double Dash is still the only console Mario Kart that I own. I still, like, I was playing it a year ago. Like, I've had no impetus to buy another one. I still play it sometimes. Not often.
Did you just say you've had no impotence?
Impetus.
Oh.
That's not the same word, Colin.
Not at all, but I was shocked.
You know the battle modes in that game. Has Bob-omb Blast been in any of them
so
since
much
then?
fun. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. 'Cause that's the best thing ever. You get 10 Bob-ombs and you just cake them on people.
The Luigi's Mansion stage was so great.
Yes.
I'm really upset that hasn't been like a retro course for battle modes and like, of course, battle mode in any recent Mario Karts have been pretty bad, but yeah, no. So that was, and then Luigi's Mansion is literally one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh,
because it's short enough that you can. And the same is true of the original Pikmin, which is also one of my favorite games of all time. They're about 6 hours long.
Right.
So it's short enough that you can get invested in it, and it stops, I think, at the perfect time. You know, if the stories had gone on any longer, they would have really overstayed their welcomes, I think, those games. So it's about 6 hours long, and at the end, they have, like, a leaderboard. They award you points for, like, the game. And so it's kind of like this great blend between like classic arcade, get the high score and then type ASS into the leaderboard.
Of course.
And like, actual modern gaming. And I think that's so much fun.
Yeah, that is cool. But
because it's a great amount of time that you will actually want to replay the games and try to beat your high scores.
So on the subject of games that you go back to them, they're kind of old, but you realize they're actually not bad, or maybe you realize they are bad in the case of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. But one that I had never played when it actually came out, but actually did about a year ago, is Metroid Prime. I played the second one, actually, and it's really awesome. Have you played that at all?
Yeah, I started playing the original Metroid Prime. Well, I'm playing through the Metroid Prime trilogy right now, like for this summer, on the Wii, because the improved, the motion controls are so much better. I think for okay, that's a different opinion. But I'm playing Metroid Prime. Actually, like I'm playing through it, not right now, but
No, he's multitasking.
currently. And yeah, it's really good. It's great. So I was never really big into Metroid, but now I'm starting to really see why people love it so much, because it's such an atmospheric game.
Right. That's what I was going to say.
You can really get really immersed in the world that it lays out there, and obviously I play on a 10-inch screen. It's not. It's
Why would
not
you do that
really,
to yourself?
Because it's in my room and it's easy.
Okay.
But yeah, so I can't pretend that I'm actually there, but insofar as that's possible on a 10-inch screen TV, I can't.
And Metroid Prime is where that comes to a head. It's in 3D, it's in first person, the graphics are, for the GameCube, really good. It's a beautiful game. Even now, it doesn't, there's some parts where the blockiness gets in the way, but it's pretty.
Yeah, a little bit. It's mostly the textures, I think, because the blockiness you can attribute to rocks in an alien world.
True.
And
stylization, yeah.
Not stylization necessarily, but a mechanical environment isn't going to be perfectly smooth. They can have lots of octagons and stuff.
That's true.
Instead of perfect spheres for containers. But the textures kind of get me. But other than that, yeah, it still looks really good.
Which is weird. That game, I don't know. I never actually finished any of them. I was playing, like I said, I was playing Metroid Prime 2. I was 7-8 hours into it, and my memory card got corrupted or something stupid like that, and I lost it. But the bosses, I don't know that they were necessarily hard, but they were really epic. Even if you were just targeting a giant lizard head and shooting them, they were huge, and it was really so cool.
Yeah, they were really huge. That's one of the things I've noticed, in Metroid Prime, is, I'm not very good at first-person shooters, but I'm still, haphazardly sort of, hitting A and pointing at all this random stuff, during the boss battles, and winning somehow with, hardly a scratch.
But it feels epic. Okay, so we started out this way, how many hours do you think you have dumped into Super Smash Bros. Melee?
Are you counting the 5 hours that I had the GameCube on to unlock Mewtwo when I wasn't playing? Because I did that 6 times.
Oh, of course. How else are you going to do it?
Jeez, I had so many hours. I can't even count.
Yeah.
Because there's also these times where I go back and I get into Melee again. And then also Project M plays so much like Melee.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't even know how to answer. Do you think you have an answer?
Oh, I mean, I not specifically, but it's probably, it's probably over 500, maybe even over 1,000. I don't know. I played that game.
Oh, definitely over 500 for me.
I was playing that game up until Brawl came out. I assume most people were.
Smash Bros is the party. If you're playing video games at a party and it's not Smash Bros, you're playing video games wrong.
Yeah, basically.
Unless it's Fortune Street, that's okay.